Play official commentary guide of Final Fantasy 16. This is part 29, and we are going to be heading to Drake's Spine. And I already have the word of the day, guys, and that is... Okay, here's the joke. Well, I always say the word of the day, the joke of the day. My words of wisdom from my lips to your ears what do you call a guy named Michael who's reached the end of his rope? I am maniacal. And what does maniacal mean? What's the name of a guy named Michael who's at the end of his rope? Maniacal. Or how about better yet, what do you call a guy named Michael who's just reached the end of his rope? Maniacal. And if you don't get that, well then, I guess it's over your head. But I hope you get it, guys, because it's a funny one. What do you call a guy named Michael who's at the end of his rope? Maniacal. And that is to be like a maniac, a person who acts like a fucking nut, or like a Manson type, a guy who maniacally controls people, a mind controlling person. In other words, you're a mind controlling hypnotist. You're a magician. Maybe you're like the opposite of Jesus. Maybe you're the Antichrist, like that guy in Texas who was fucking all the girls. I don't remember the story exactly. I just know that there was a guy in Texas, I think Fargo, Texas or some shit, and he was fucking a mad women, and just him, like he was like saying he was like Jesus Christ or something. What was that guy's name in Fargo, Texas? Anyway, not important. We're not talking about Manson. We're just talking about being a maniacal person. You know who was maniacal? Kefka Palazzi, Arden Azunia. In fact, most of the antagonists that we've seen in Final Fantasy have been maniacal. Usually the main antagonists are maniacal in nature, meaning they are like for example, we've seen Seymour. He was definitely maniacal, but I would say the most maniacal of all was probably Kefka Palazzo. Kefka. Kefka was definitely one of the most maniacal antagonists, right? Because although Sephiroth he wasn't really that maniacal, as he was insane. Sephiroth was more like, I just call him he was just insane, that guy, Sephiroth. He was really insane about the Promised Land and his people, the Ancients, and just in real deep belief of this Jenova, because his will, Sephiroth's will was so strong that it even overtook the sanity of Jenova's will. Because again, Sephiroth, he's insane. The guy was insane, man. He was literally so insane that his sanity was able to take over the will of Jenova. That was the whole point, I think, is that, again, when you really look at it, if you know the definition of what it is to be a maniac and what it is to be crazy and insane, they're different. They're not the same. So, example would be, Sephiroth was a psychotic. He was insane, the guy. That guy was an insane man. He was a man who was so like deeply in his own mind that he like had a mental breakdown, similar to Seymour Guado. Actually, when you think about it, Seymour was kind of like that too, in a delusional. But Seymour was a bit more maniacal. Not so much Sephiroth, because Sephiroth, realistically, spoiler alert for anybody who doesn't know, he's pretty much sleeping, trying to gather strength on the planet. The real Sephiroth. He just has clones going around doing shit for him, but realistically, Sephiroth is sleeping. He's asleep. Because again, the guy is insane, and he doesn't really care about anything but himself and his people, so he believes. He believes that Jenova is the true... His belief, again, is delusional and in grandeur. He thinks that he was meant to ride the cosmos through the Earth, the planet of Gaia, so to speak. He wants to become one with the cosmos. And in the new take on Final Fantasy VII, it's still kind of the same thing. The guy's insane. He's an insane madman. Arden is not really... I don't think he's insane as more as he's just out of his mind, like I said. Arden Azunia, definitely a villain who is out of his mind. Kefka, now he was definitely a narcissistic, psychotic motherfucker. That's why I said Kefka, he was maniacal. Definitely maniacal motherfucker right there. He was maniacal, logicious, and just straight up like I guess, I mean, he was just fucked up, man. He was perfidious, right? Isn't it perfidious? Or perfidious, I'm sorry. It's a big word, but it does mean a lot when you're perfidious. If you're being perfidious, because it's a word I actually forgot, but yeah, Kafka was perfidious. And that's to be very, who else was perfidious? Because Kafka fits that. He was maniacal, he was logicious, and he was perfidious. And for those who don't know what these are, it means, well, to be maniacal means to be such a maniac that you actually can control other maniacs. That's the kind of maniac you are. You're a maniac that can control other people with weak minds, kind of, so to speak. Although, like I said, Sephiroth, he was doing the same thing, controlling minds, but not through the means of, not through maniacal nature. His was, again, like I said, insane. He was doing it through an insane nature by getting into the planet and actually controlling the flow of the Genova cells. And, like I said, the guy was insane. Sephiroth, mad smart, very, very smart, and very dedicated. He was just completely, like I said, to be insane, to be one with your sanity. Think about it. Whereas I said Palazzo, Kefka, he was more like out of his mind, so to speak. Like, he really, like I said, turned into a basket case even before the game began. He was well on his way to just being, like I said, mental breakdown. He was completely out of his mind. Kefka, Palazzi. He was an example of a man that was just completely a basket case by the time we saw him. He wasn't even neurotic. He was, like, literally, like I said, to the point of either narcissistic/psychotic. And I think Kefka is psychotic. Well, they are. See, Sephiroth doesn't really think. He's not really psychotic, Sephiroth. He's really just, I said, Sephiroth, how could he be psychotic? He really does believe in his grandeur of riding the cosmos. He thinks it's his right, so to speak. I mean, I don't think of Sephiroth, he's not really psychotic. He is more just controlling and manipulative, and like I said, Sephiroth is very perfidious and logicious as well. He's definitely perfidious. Sephiroth, very perfidious. And I would also say logicious, because he is relentless at all costs to get what he needs, and he does it at any means and at any cost. And he's got balls, so definitely logicious there. Anyway, in part 29, we're going to be taking on a scumbag that we've seen a lot of people who are like maniacs or maniacal people. Going back to the word of the day, being, what do you call a guy named Michael who's at the end of his rope? Maniacal. Get it? It's not the best joke in the world, but it's still kind of funny. And to be maniacal is, like I said, to be like a mind-controlling type of person, or like that of a maniac who has the power to control other maniacs, or turn them into maniacs, make people crazy. Anyway, Drake's spine. So yeah, we're gonna finally be taking out the last crystal. And my consensus on Final Fantasy XVI with the official commentary guide is that it's definitely very, very different than any of the previous games that we've ever seen. I mean, seriously, either 15 is different, but no, this is like very, very different. Though, with it being said, I have to give it some credit as not being the best Final Fantasy, because it definitely isn't the best Final Fantasy. Shit, I mean, just go and play Final Fantasy VI and you'll see how it holds up. It does not hold up at all. Like, not at all when you compare it to 6, I'm sorry. But don't take it personal. 6 was just such an accomplishment. It even towers and rivals 7. And it does, as good as 7 was, unfortunately, until this remake is finished with Rebirth and all that, I can't really honestly say how good 7 is, because the original looks like shit, just being honest. The original game, great writing, good story, amazing story, but it does need to be, like I said, remade, because unlike 6, with 6 it really doesn't need a remake. I'm just being honest, it doesn't need one, because the original sprite, it was just a masterpiece alone. Whereas 7, you look back on it and it's just, this is garbage, man. This graphics are shit. Even if you play Yes, you could play the PS5, remastered one. I mean, you can do that if you wanted to play the old original game, but remember, it's going to be the old original game, which is going to be kind of shitty, considering that the remake is kind of exactly the same, but with a better, more enhanced, modernized battle system. So I said, we can't really judge 7 until it's done. But if there were any other Final Fantasies to remake just for the sake of it, I would probably say 6 or 9, but definitely, or Chrono Trigger if not Final Fantasy, but yeah. Chrono, top 3. Well, actually, okay, Final Fantasy would be Tactics or the Lions. 9 or 6, because 6 is just so fucking good that it needs a remake. It really does. I think it should get one like 7, but we'll never get it. They attempted a remake almost kind of with 15 was an attempted remake. Just look at the story of 15. It's exactly the same as 6. Exactly the same. Like, it's so scary how similar it is. Niflheim, Narsh, Coal Mine City, Attack on this. It's just so similar. So similar. Arden and Kefka. I mean, it doesn't get any more similar than that. Look, Arden... Just think about it. Okay, the opening. It's just the same. It's like the same game. 15 is a remake of 6, if you hadn't noticed. It really is. Like, it couldn't be more than... It couldn't be anything more or less than that of a remake of 6. I mean, shit. It's all about the War of the Magi, which is the War of the Espers, and is all about the Warring Triad. And it's kind of like I said, this game is sort of telling that story as well. It's just not 6. It's not telling that story, same as 6, but literally, 15 uses the same terms: Magitech, the Empire, the precious stone in the city. I mean, come on. Narsh, in particular, they had their eyes on Narsh, and that was the opening of 6. Was they had their eyes, and the Empire, the Castalian Empire, was poised to attack on the coal mine city to the north, Narsh, in particular. And then you saw them fucking marching forward, and then the game opens up with a really good song. Better than this one could ever be. It was like... I mean, it was such a good game, Final Fantasy VI. You can't get no better. It's like one of the best games ever made. It really is. And the story of 6 is just expanded on in 15, because that's 15's story in a nutshell. It's about the Warring Triad, the goddess, Shiva, the demon, Bahamut, the Dragon Blade Master, and the Poltergeist, aka Fiend, which was the plague or the blight, or, whatever, in Final Fantasy 15. Freet, the Infernian. Infernian versus the Blade Master and, well, the Tide Mother / Shiva, the two sisters. Or the mother and the sister, I guess you'd say. Mother and sister, Leviathan. Because the two main gods in 15, I think, are the goddess and the father, which is Bahamut and, Bahamut and Leviathan. And then the two lovers was the Infernian, Titan, and Shiva. Well, they weren't, I guess, the two lovers. The children were Titan, the 3 children were Titan, fucking Titan, the Archean, Freet, the Infernian, and Shiva, the Glacian. The mother and the father, I think, is the Tide Mother, right? The mother, yeah, the Tide Mother, goddess of the sea, Leviathan, and the father of war and concept, god of concept and steel and might, Bahamut, Blade Master, keeper and creator of concepts, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, father of the blade, or blade, father blade, I don't know, you call him father, whatever you want to call him. But then there was Freet, who was kind of like the son, if you had to go by that, It's like Titan represents man, and Titan was cool, but I don't know why I'm talking about 15. I'm just saying the story of 15 was exactly the same, you know? 15 has the same story as 6. Don't believe me? Look at the fucking story of 15 and just tell me how they don't have the same story. Story in this game is like so-so. It's not like the most memorable, but I do think Annabella and some of the characters are memorable, so, you know. Battle system-wise, it's not that bad. It's just, I'm still learning it, I guess. With that being said, we're moving into the late game. Like I said, we have all the icons at this point. That's the battle system sort of rolls around this system. Like I said, this battle system, the mechanics, very much tied into the icons that you're using. And you really only get 3 at any given point in time that you could use. This will change his feature, so to speak, his ability, or his special, that he could use at any time with circle. Again, the game seems to tie a real close focus on evading attacks. So, precision dodging, they call it. Whatever, it will load.
I hope you're right.
Which is a big mystery, because Ash, the territory of Ash, or I'd say the country of Ash, because it's the eastern side of Storm, is Ash. You have Ash and Storm, that's the twin realms. The twin of the twins, and Ash is, nobody really knows a lot about Ash, like I said. While Lode has always had its nation in isolation, as the Blight has always been known to, like, savage the land, as they call it, the Savage East. So very little known about it, as I said. So, I like Shiva, though, because of her ability to give out Frostbite. And, like I said, Phoenix is timeless and really useful, as is Deadly Impulse. I mean, Deadly Embrace. Deadly Embrace is a really good one for most encounters. And you can also perform encounter or aerial maneuvers with Deadly Embrace. That's what I like about it. Like I said, Garuda and Phoenix will have use until probably the very end of the game, in my opinion. The abilities that Bahamut offers, though, you'll want to probably keep them if you're not going to use Bahamut. And Bahamut, he is a game changer, and he is pretty useful. But there are some icons I noticed late in the game that are really not that useful, just to say, put it bluntly. Like, some are not useful in terms of their feature. Like, as good as this is, it's not like as good as this. The Wings of Light, much better. And the price is insane. And also, remember, it's going to take up a complete and total slot. And to charge this up, it takes a lot of, well, damage that has to be expected to his element, which is dark. And that's also how you fill up the Arm of Darkness, by the way. You have to hold the square button. But in order to fill it up, you have to land abilities and damage, basically. The amount of damage you do. So you're landing abilities, and basically, the more damage you do, the more Zantetuken will fill. Zantetuken, Jesus, I just call it X attack, or the goddamn triple slash, or the slash of death. But yeah, Zantetuken, well, like I said, fill prior to the amount of damage you deal. And by leveling it up, you can fill it up on, I think, another... Oh, see, increases the maximum Zantetuken level to 5 when you... And see, there you go. I mean, it's not that it's not useful, it's just that it costs a lot, and it's endgame, so it's like, what's the real point of it? I'd stick with Cold Snap, because that gives Permafrost, which is Frostbite. And this is useful, because this is ability to deliver some DOT balls of lightning or lightning orbs to, with blind justice, called discharge damage. DOT damage, it basically does delayed damage, and you could put 9 of these balls onto anybody at a given point in time, so it's pretty good. Garuda also nice, but like I said, for most encounters, you're going to probably find aid through Garuda's Deadly Embrace and the Phoenix's Shift. This is because of how versatile they are in both melee, combat, practical nature, and because of their flexibility in mobility, maneuver. They allow you to be flexible. For example, the Deadly Embrace allows you to pull off battle techniques that lead into aerial combo chains and just closes the gap by pulling in enemies close. Unless they are bigger enemies, which can lead you into being thrown up into the air. But all around, very useful ability. Her abilities that she learns in general, though, let's not talk about her feature, which is Deadly Embrace, are really not that good in my opinion. They're alright, but they're not worth using up things like Impulse or Satellite. And yeah, Diamond Dust is really good. Heatwave is an alternative for me over Flames of Rebirth, but you can use Flames of Rebirth if you want. It's just a better version of Heatwave in my opinion. Is it worth throwing over this? I don't know. Ignition. Ignition is one of the best abilities you'll get in the game. Because the Flames Rebirth, like I said, it rolls on a high cooldown. That's the problem. Pile Drive is pretty good. Thunderstorm is also not bad. Cause I'm trying to think to myself, how do I want to do this? Heatwave is, like I said, it reminds me of Fire in a weird way. Fire. Satellite increases magic damage is very simple to use this. But Gouge is actually not bad in some case and areas, depending on the situation. Impulse is a long wait time, but it's similar to that of Pile Drive. Thunderstorm is actually good. That's a good one. Mesmerize you don't need. I'm like, Mesmerize, nah, I don't really want. I'd rather go with Will of the Wicks instead. So this way I can continue to use Ignition and then Heatwave. Because I don't want to have more than one special, usually. Just have one ultimate. Meaning like Diamond Dust or Flames of Rebirth. They're considered ultimates. Giga Flare is another one. 11 Bolt, I think. So I was thinking Lightning Rod, that's not bad. This is a lot of them of Stagger. For the Stagger, very useful. So is Gouge. I like Gouge a lot. Because it's so good at the Stagger. When you think about it. And so is Satellite. That's why I'm like, but Satellite is also really good. So what do I do there? How about just Satellite? You know what? It's hard to get rid of Satellite, because Satellite does help a lot when you think about it. And so is Ignition. I'm not going to get rid of Ignition. Fuck that. No way. I could sacrifice Impulse, though. If I'm going to use Will of the Wicks. Oh, you know what? Fuck Will of the Wicks. I'll use Gouge instead, because Gouge is actually pretty good. There we go. Bam, baby, bam. That could work, right? Something like that for now. I'll do it. For now. Or, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna do Diamond Dust. You put that over here, actually. Impulse. It's kind of weird to do it that way, though. No? Oh, but wait, hold on. Isn't there a, this ability rhyme? It brings a thing that has a drawing effect to it. That's actually pretty useful. And since we're using Shiva, we can use that ability rhyme. And since I've already mastered a lot of these abilities, I could continue to overlap them with Garuda's Deadly Embrace, while still using Impulse and Satellite. Now I want to decide if I want to continue to use this Ignition and Heat Wave. I think I do, because they still run on us, you know, their cooldown is very much the same, and all these icons are pretty good, and they're lined up nice, so. Berserker Ring, Channeler's Whispers, and the Wages of Warcraft are my accessories. For now. For Cold Snap is actually pretty good. If used correctly, that is. Let's make our way. Because, and as I said, like a Final Fantasy game, it, like I said, revolves around the icons. So you have to choose which ones you're going to use and how you want to make use of them. My advice is to play around with all of them and to see which ones you like best. And also see if you can play the game without the rings, because that's, like I said, they seem like more like handicaps to me as a part than anything else. So you're probably better off with, if you want to get a more authentic experience on how this game plays, play it without using any of the assistant rings. You know, the rings of timely assistance or ring of focus, you know. They have those rings, but again, the rings to me, I feel like are handicaps. Should probably play without them to get an idea as to what the game really is and how it really plays. To get the most authentic experience, that is. And as powerful as Mega Flare is, it still doesn't beat Deadly Embrace, I don't think, when it comes down to it. But it could outbeat Cold Snap, possibly. Or Phoenix Shift. But Phoenix Shift is really good. Shift Strike and Shift Shot, you know, both good. Yeah, we gotta fight a behemoth, guys. Typical Final Fantasy stuff. Not surprising. Final Fantasy 16 delivers us a wild behemoth for endgame boss. Like usual, there's always a good behemoth battle in a Final Fantasy. No good Final Fantasy, like I said, there hasn't been a good Final Fantasy that doesn't have a nice, good, badass behemoth fight. There would be no good Final... Like I said, there's, how do you say it? There wouldn't be a good Final Fantasy without a good behemoth fight. Oh, a good behemoth endgame fight, I guess. Right? What's the saying? There'd be no good Final Fantasy if not for a good endgame behemoth fight. Anyway, yeah, that's true. A lot of Final Fantasies have great endgame behemoths. So this is one of them. But dodging is a part of this game battle system. But once you learn how to do that, not easy, but... Yikes, I just got hit. Got hit. Okay. Let's see. Like I said, you really gotta get good with the parrying system, which I still haven't mastered even myself, so... Being honest. I'm just being honest. Woo! Okay. Magic burst. That's what I mean, that's why Garuda is so useful. Because of that. Ah! Yeah, there, yep. Yikes, that hit me hard. I'm using LB to heal mainly though, right? What happened? Well, what's this? A big ultimate's coming. He's using a big ass meteor attack to kill us. Yep. Looks like it's necessary now. Do we have items? Because items in this game are weird. You have to pop them, like. Pop them from the main menu. So that you can continue to use Torgal, because Torgal's healing is subpar useless almost. It's like a regen, basically. Best means of healing though is I think is through LB. Semi-prime. Semi-priming is your best way to heal in this game. Because the game thrives on how much damage you do. Basically. Damn it, baby. This might be a job for a freak. Say it like that, dude. Because I'm a freak, the Infernian. Because I am, that's why. And I need my recognition to be seen by the world. Shut up, little boy. I'm kidding. He looks like Squall a little bit, right? Squall Leonhardt. He looks like Squall. Just in that shot right there, he looks a little bit like Squall Leonhardt. Here we go! Cinematic clash. Alright. Beat that behemoth up. Because a behemoth basically is like a big ass tiger. It's like a giant lion. It's like a lion. It's like a petrodon, I think they call them. Right? Petrodons? Saber-toothed tiger, basically. It's like a saber-toothed tiger on steroids. That's kind of what we're fighting right now. A tiger on steroids. Alright, I'm gonna heal. But to heal, we gotta go to the items. Oh my god, I'm low on potions. Jeez, that's not good. Stone skin is like protect. And for this, I'll use it. Okay. He's gonna be frozen, and that's gonna help fill up the door. Good job, Mike boy. Ignition into him, and we'll just get him and get him and get him and impulse it. Rhyme is good if we can get it in the right spot, right? That's not bad. 32 is decent. Yikes, he hit me, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Oh, good. There we go. Come on, no! Hold on, use a high potion and get back into the game. Yep. Yikes, that just hurts. Oh god. Alright, I'm gonna use an elixir. These things are usually hard though. Not gonna lie. These are hard. Okay, and we might win though. I mean, there's not all hope is lost yet. Not yet. Not just yet. We're still going at him. And like I said, with satellite, it'll help you do more damage. Yeah, pretty not bad. Uh-oh. I can use this, it's easy. Then you can dodge combat altogether, just keep doing that. Oh shit! Ah, I get 2 health! That's crazy. Use 1 high potion. And keep the protect going. Jesus! Woof! What a wild motherfucker, bro. Wait, does the last elixir pop in or no? Let's see if you can use it. I don't really understand that last elixir. See? It says... but it doesn't work. It doesn't ever work, yo. Like, I tried it, didn't do anything, yo. Hold on. Why doesn't that work? It's so weird. I'm gonna use gouge on this motherfucker. I know it seems risky, but it's not a bad idea. And no, definitely not that one. I'm gonna use probably... I might use Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, Will-O-Wisp for this. Oh, you know what I'm also gonna do? Probably gonna go with... Probably... let's see. What do we have here? We have the Favor of Ice. And the Will of Ice for Mesmerize. Increases Mesmerize down by 10%. Let's see what else we have here. Wait, hold on, the Will... Oh, ooh, wait, hold on. We have Impulse, but we don't have the Will for, Satellite, unfortunately, I don't think. Nope, that doesn't look like it. Ooh, we have the Grace Inferno that will increase the Will of Wisp duration by 5 seconds. That's not bad. How about this one, called Tassel? Increases by 6% when taking damage. Or we could do the badge of metal. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. That could even make a difference too, actually, if you think about it. I'll do gouge, maybe in ignition. Alright, let's try. I don't get that though, it's weird. The last elixir never really works, so... Oh, I tried it, it doesn't work. Look at this. Shit. Hold on. I'm doing terrible, but see the dodging part is what I'm talking about. The dodging part, but why doesn't last elixir work anyway? I'm confused at that. Last elixir doesn't seem to work. Isn't that a little odd to me? They would have, is that like a glitch in the game or something? Remember, it's all about a lot of that. Yep. Using the ability chains that we have at play here. Yikes, he's going to town, man. He's going to town. Keep using the icon abilities, like I said. It's the best way to go in this game, this battle system. It revolves around all these abilities. Believe it or not. The most important thing to do is to keep using them. You know, they say they're not useful. Some of them, like Willowix, they actually aren't that bad. Here we go, potion. Yikes, now it's not using elixir. Dodging is so hard. Here we go, diamond dust. Maybe we'll get him this time. I don't know. Let's hope for the best. Yeesh. Huh? Did we kill it? Oh, that's just wonderful news. Look at this. Look at this shit. This is great. Behemoth Shackle, Wirite, Sharpang. I mean, we got some good stuff here. I must admit, it's beauty. Right? It's beautiful. Well, excuse me for getting involved in some crazy bullshit earlier. I didn't mean to. But behemoth encounters are always tough. They're always hard fought. And like I said, I recommend using Phoenix because of the gap closing. I like Sheeba a lot.
The entrance to the inner sanctum will be at the foot of the crystal. We're almost there.
So I also like I like Bahamut a lot too. But it can be hard to use. I'm gonna stock up. Hold on. We can go to Bachwood real quick. Let's go to Bachwood. But, yeah, I'm going back to other Final Fantasy games.
You won't find a finer array this
I
side
wouldn't-
of the strait.
I wouldn't immediately say this was the worst one, no. It's far from that. It's a good Final Fantasy, but
Discerning eye.
it definitely pales in comparison to that of, like I said,
Fine
6. The 6 was a great, it was a really good game.
eye.
Really good game. But you have to play it to believe it.
A Gilbert
And
smile.
7, like I said, that's also a really good game, but they're not really finished with it. And if you're referring to the original 7, well, that game is... it didn't age very well, let's put it that way. Didn't age like 6 aged. Aged good 6, but 7 did not age that well. It aged very poorly. Just go and play it. It's fucking really... very blocky and whatnot. But I'm being, you know, truthfully honest. Look on the floor, the dead ass honesty. I'm being as honest gets. Because you have to be honest sometimes, right? And, honestly, I play 6 on a pretty high scale, like, 7 also goes on a high scale, it's just that I know in reality, 7 did not age as well as 6 aged, because 6 was able to use the magic of the 16-bit sprites that the SNES were ever so popular
I hope you're right.
with using in those days, in the 90s it was, mid-90s. And with that being said, most people would agree that even with the remastered or repixel version, they did a pixel remaster for the phone, the iOS, is not as good as the original sprite, 16-bit sprite for the SNES. That's probably the best version you'll get of Final Fantasy VI, unfortunately. Although, like I said, because the reason I say unfortunately is because they didn't use the proper spell system yet. They were still using Fire 1, 2, and 3, when it was actually Firaga. You know, now that they have it more modernized. The modernized script is very good, especially in the names of the spells and the portraits that were added for some of the characters in the game, like Kefka and whatnot. Gestal. They gave them portraits. But, I mean, arguably, I think the original script of 6 was probably the best one, but the renaming of the spells was definitely, I felt necessary. It was a necessary bonus. But this Final Fantasy is very different to me. Like I said, a very different kind of Final Fantasy. Not bad though. Just like 8 is very different too. It's good but very different. I mean, it's just different in many ways, but it's still a good game. Just a different kind of Final Fantasy game. Revolves a lot around these things, like I said. These, like what you have up to 6 different abilities you can use, and 3 features. 3 different iconic features. There are no real summoning battles. There aren't any summons in this game, but there are primal summon battles, so to speak, right? So I guess sort of could say that. There are icon fights, but there are no real summons. Exactly, no. Not really, right? Not that I know of. And most damage seems to be measured in stars. So it's gonna be like 1 star of damage, a half a star of damage, 2 stars of damage, 3 stars of damage, or 5 stars of damage, or 4 stars, right? Usually powerful. This will be to stagger or to health. So wisdom damage, I guess, so will damage. And then attack damage. Or it's physical damage and then stagger damage. So the amount of damage and the amount of stagger. It's calculated in stars. So for example, combo. A full combo does 2 stars of damage. And I think 1 star to the stagger, I think, I don't know. One magic spell, one magic attack does like 1/4 of a star of damage. And I think it does like I don't know, it does something to the stagger, I think. 1 point to the stagger, maybe. Something like that. I'm not a mathematician, so I don't really know exactly what the numbers are, but I don't think they matter that much. Or not as much as you might think they matter. Yeah, they don't matter much at all. You're just there. Oh goodness gracious, the behemoth's still alive. Not surprised.
That's a behemoth.
It would be
Oh, wait.
bad enough to tame such a beast.
We have to fight it again? That sucks. Hold on, let me see the active time more. I don't mind fighting it again, but I see that you do have to fight it again. Alright, so let's see what it says. Towering agents of destruction. I'm not gonna redo the video for it, it's not a big deal. Let's fight this fucking thing again. It's a feline, right? Behemoths. Alright. Let's skip this. We can go right to the battle. I didn't know we have to do it again. My bad. Maybe that's gonna suck. Here we go. Like I said, I kind of know what to do. I got an idea on what we gotta do, but that damage well worth it? I think maybe? Yikes, that wasn't worth it though. Oh, there we go. Helps fill the star. That helps fill the limit break. The ignition is really good too as well. I love ignition. There you go. Bingo! Ouch. Take it time by time. Bingo, baby. Now let me just heal up. I didn't know I was gonna have to do it again. That's alright. Pretty brutal, but fair, I guess. Hooey! That's kind of weird that they make you do this again. Well, I'm here doing it again, and that's so unfortunate. I should have read that I'd lose my progress, but it's just really good items. Like I said, the item usage in this game is very strange. It's one thing I didn't really... It's kind of weird, the items in this game. Using items in this game is like... the biggest expense, I think, in this game.
Desperate times.
Clive, no!
Trust me. I'm your shield, remember?
Squall Leonhardt. Alright, we gotta get through this encounter again. Unfortunately. That sucks for us, but okay. Oh god, the behemoth died twice by our hands.
Turn to him, brother.
Huh? Why wouldn't we turn to him? I know what he's talking about, why not turn to the Phoenix instead, but why not the power of both? Right, together, to the Phoenix and the Infernian. I can't believe I have to do this again. Like, once wasn't enough. Didn't I die, like, at least once, so... It's like I'm doing this again for no reason. Oh, wow, what a bitch. Well, I better not die, is all I'm saying. But with my luck, I'm probably gonna die. And the last elixir doesn't do shit, so... At least you found that much out.
That wasn't too bad.
No, but this is getting kind of... Just the beginning, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Joshua. You said it, you could have fooled me even when I finished it. It was like, well, I don't know what just happened there, but alright. Whoa! Diamond dust. It's a takedown and it's staggered and we are good to do damage and heal. Impulse it. Not that bad. Ignition for a good amount of damage. And if you can make use of it, try to, like I said, I like to use Deadly Embrace for some combinations. It helps. 'Cause you're gonna get hit, I would imagine, sometimes, alright? Oh, okay. Little Wick. That Frostbite pretty cool. I like Frostbite. Well, Permafrost, like I said. It's helpful. It's helpful and it gets the job done, you know? Ignition, that does a lot of damage, so... Okay, and that closer high potion. I use one protect. What the fuck was that, man? Oh, the maelstrom. Oh my god, yo, I better not die. What the fuck is going on here? Oh! What? Wow, holy crap, motherfucker. Potion him. Alright, staggered. Die with dust him. To go out of an ignition. Gouge. He's not gonna do enough damage though, probably not. What the fuck? Okay. We didn't die. That's the important thing. We're just gonna get what we got before again now. Wait, what? So wait, we did it twice for what? So, did we get multiples? I'm confused.
Quickly, before we're cut off for good.
If it is like the others, the entrance to the inner sanctum will be at the foot of the crystal. We're almost there.
So, alright, that was that. Unfortunately, we had to fight him twice. Like I said, I still really don't know where Final Fantasy XVI fits with the rest of the series at this point. It's a good game, like I said, but it's definitely different, and you'll have to embrace that. Just like FF8 was different, but it was definitely a good game, but it was definitely different. As an action game that has to tie into RPG roots, I think they did a decent job. Because, like, the most important thing in this game is dishing out damage. So personally, I like FF7 Remake's battle system a little bit more, but I think they're both good. It's not bad. Like I said, definitely different. See, I think you have to be grounded to use Airwix, to use Willowix, Airwix. To use Will of the Wikes, or Will of the Wicks, you have to be grounded. The only time you could really use it, I believe. Ooh, we got a trophy. Cold-blooded. Just pointing it out.
How do we get through that?
Okay, we got ourselves a little bit of an issue here. Let's go to equipment real quick. I'm gonna just probably put on the Wages of Warcraft. At least until we can get the rest of the abilities, right? I mean, you have to learn them, so. And it can take a little while to master all these abilities. Doesn't hurt, though, to do so. Take a bit more AP, though, to do that.
This gate here is open.
This might take a while.
Okay. And that's why I like using Deadly Embers. It's pretty useful. Think about it. As a whole, I'd say. Yep. Big fan. Like I said, my favorite iconic features would probably be Deadly Embrace, Cold Snap, and Phoenix Shift. Mega Flare is also pretty good too, but it's risky. I mean, you might take a lot of damage in turn. You might die even, if you don't get the parries. It takes a lot to charge up. So it could be hard to maneuver with them. Is this the way we just came from? I don't know. And ability-wise, like I said, I like using Gouge, but you don't have to use Gouge. Sometimes having something from a distance is not a bad choice. Lightning Rod is pretty good. Or Thunderstorm, but Pile Drive is also good. They should have let you see what you're dealing with from... Lightning Rod is good because it has a fast cooldown, similar to this one. I want to see, but I can't, so... I think you have to go to the abilities menu to see what you're looking at. To see the cooldown. See? Thunderstorm. This is good for single enemy damage. See, that's good for collateral damage, and... Oh yeah, you could use Taunt, that's right, I forgot. I like Satellite though better, personally speaking. Will-o'-the-Wisp, Diamond Dust. Or should I use Lightning Rod? If it works, but I don't know if it's gonna work. We'll see if it works. It might not. I'm not sure if I went this way or the other way. Oh wait, a treasure coffer. The Will of Ice for Rhyme. I do know that I'm gonna be smoking up in a second. Rolling J time. Time to roll up. After fighting a behemoth 2 times, like, I mean, come on, it's crazy. Ignition is always useful. Diamond Dust. Or you could use Will-o'-Wisp with it, that actually does work. Then that would mean I'd cancel out the other one. I'm thinking about it, I don't know what I should do. I'm thinking about maybe switching Lightning Rod. And going with maybe pile drive or thunderstorm. I'll do thunderstorm. Maybe, I guess. I'll see. Or we could do this too. It could work if we decide to do, instead of ignition, go with Will of the Wicks, and then do lightning rod, and then have diamond dust like that. That could work. Wait, which way? I don't want to go back. That's why. I think it's this way. All right. See, watch. This will do a lot of damage. Bam, bam, bam. Oh. I didn't know. Okay, yeah, taunting is good. That works. Notice that. Very handy. And diamond dust, so that's really useful. It's just the cooldown on it is a long time. What's the cooldown on this? 127, 120? That sucks. That's 38. Pile drive is actually really useful. I like it. I still think this is better though. Rhyme. I'll do rhyme and diamond dust, I guess. I mean, it's not bad, right? A decent build, I guess. There's a lot of different builds you could have with Clive, but I don't know which one's the best. I mean, which one do you think is the best? I don't know if it matters that much, so long as you can get the job done. Some people think Flames of Rebirth is really fucking useful. I'm like, you know, Flames of Rebirth seems like it's useful, it doesn't seem bad. But I feel like I'm going in circles right now. What? Am I? Maybe. Maybe you're not using your head. Maybe I'm not. What's the ATE say? Look at this, the Royal Knights of Alode. Kingdom of Alode's main battlefield force is also known as the King's Guard, and Ultima's instruction. At Ultima's instruction, King Barnabas supplemented his ranks with orcs, creating a hybrid force, which he duly dispatched to wreak havoc across Philistia. After casting of Primogenesis, however, the better part of the king's army was doomed to end their days as mindless Akashic thralls. And more info on this place. Philistia. So, the Almers combine, yep. Sole surviving nation in Ash, Alode has its capital in Stoneir, home to the Mother Crystal of Drake's Spawn. It is ruled by, or was ruled by, Barnabas Thorm, dominant Devotan, Ward of the Darkness, who it transpires has formed an alliance with the mysterious being known as Ultima. Ultima brought about the Primogenesis Dorm's combined force of the Akashic fuckheads, and assholes and beast fucks deployed across Asshole Land, Valencia, tasked with sowing chaos and mayhem and mischief and all that nasty stuff. Sodomy and heresy and all that nasty God-forsaken things. Heresy and sodomy, and a vasectomy, and an anthology. Analogies, mythology, sodomy, heresy, patricy, anarchy. Get rid of anarchy, patricy, or patricide. So heresy, sodomy, vasectomy, anonomy. I know about sodomy and heresy though. You're a sodomist. Sodomizing and heresy. Heresy is basically hearsay. If it's hearsay, it's heresy, bro. Like a heretic. And if it's somebody that something did, then it's sodomy. If something that somebody said, it's heresy. If it's something that someone did, then it's sodomy. Heresy and sodomy. You never hear out of Final Fantasy who's considered the sodomists. Right? Orcish bull horns. Orcish fodder. Got hit. Diamond dust to freeze their balls. Diamond dust to freeze their nuts. Oh my god, I'm gonna die, bro. I'm gonna die because I'm right in front of the flame. I noticed this game's really important when it comes to the parry system. If you don't learn it, it's gonna be hard to really be good. Like I said, gotta learn that parry system. Parry system is so important. No, you see what I mean? If you fuck it up, you're in trouble, bro. I can't even get out of this corner, dude. It's a core part of the battle system, I think. That's what I mean, it's a core. It's hard to learn at first though, I'm not gonna lie. Diamond dust to freeze his nuts. Rhyme, ignition, and kill it. Well, like I said, yeah, learning this parry system is very important. Like, this game thrives on the parry system. It's, like, insane how much it thrives over it. Learning the parry system is everything in this game. Almost. It almost equates to everything. It's one of the biggest things that you have to learn in the game is the parry system. Wait. I see two gates. They both look the same. Why? That's odd, no? Okay. I see a lot of statues of this guy, you know? Oh, look at this. Crazy shit, man. The last final crystal.
Once we step onto that bridge, we'll be easy targets.
See, what I like about Impulse is that it, even though it takes a little time to activate, it does do some good pushback, you know, like knockback, to the, you know, stagger damage basically to the enemy while keeping up the damage. Kind of like a Mega Flare, if you will. Watch. Hits all enemies. Like I said with this, the Deadly Embrace is really good too. Satellite also very helpful with keeping successive damage up. That's why I use the floating testicles, as I like to call them. The floating testicles, known as Satellite. That's basically what it does. It gives you a floating pair of testicles. Diamond Dust pretty much gives out permafrost and fills up the LB like crazy, baby.
Hold on, I gotta look at this. If I bring this that one there, and there, I gotta move this back to the middle here. And then I have to build this left.
Yikes, see, I got hit.
I think I can move this one, the second one. Okay, now I really have to focus. If I go that one to there, that one to there.
He's staggered. Gotta take down an iconic punishment. I try to roll most of my shit on a cooldown so that we could use it when we need to. Since the game again revolves a lot on these icons. And to get a health back, you'll probably need to rely on the LB, like I said.
If I move this one over to this spot, it's gone. Then I lose. Did I just lose again? I think I lost.
What's going on? Is this my YouTube? YouTube's playing. Don't really know why. How long the fuck was that playing for? Well, my bad. What is that, Super Mario RPG? The one I've been saying they should have remade for ages now. But I had to get rid of my Switch though, so I'll have to do without for a little while. Unfortunately. Yeah, but the Switch it was good, but I realized that they could have did better, in my opinion. Like with the Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2 was insanely good. But 3D World was alright. That was for the Wii U though, so again, like I said, the Switch, they need to make something different, but eventually they will, I'm sure. And then I'd have to come up with the money to afford it. It's gonna be hard. Especially these days. Everything's so tight. Alright, which way? I'm going this way? Oh, we going this way? I think we are. We got a treasure? Go for it? Oh yay, the Will of Light for Satellite. I'm gonna probably master out. I don't know. It's a good one. We could master Rift Flip. Garuda. Well, master Scarlet Cyclone, I guess. Rift Slip, actually. It's a weird one, but I'll use it. I really don't use Rift Slip often, so yeah. See what it could be. Oh, another call for it. Check it out. 100 gil. And some magic ash. I looked at most of the weapons. I actually like the coral blade the best, if I'm being honest. Boom, 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 boom. It's got a drawing effect. That's the good thing about it. It's good for mobs. You might get rid of a lot of enemies like that, man. And bam, bam. I love those floating balls. That's hilarious. Floating testicles. Magical testicles, or testicles made out of magic. Or etherical testicles, or an etherical scrotum. The etheric scrotum is satellite. So what does this ability do anyway? Let's see. Let's see, the will of light increases satellite. Oh, that's not bad. I feel like the rings are bullshit though, that's the thing. Oh boy, another coral. An Akasha coral.
Eltima's corruption knows no bounds. We cannot allow it to spread any further.
Oh god. Yikes. Wow, okay. Items. Alright, good. There you go, and that should fill the limit break up. Keep doing damage to it, and get that LB up. Yikes. Okay, we almost got him. Just gotta take him out now at this point, and he should be in good shape. Ignition should do it, right? Pass us through the red line. Alright, good. How long was I playing that fucking YouTube video in the background? Kind of defeats the purpose. Alright, let's go out and see where we're going. 2 corals back to back now. Pretty fucking crazy. We're in Catland. It's like the land of cats. And realistically, we fought like 3 cats already in a row. 3 cats back to back. What doesn't know any more than me and knows no less than me begins with a C and ends with a T. What could it be? Well, I could only imagine it would be a cat. And at that, you would be right. So I'd be like, you are right at that. For that, you are right. You are right at that. It is a cat. What knows no less than me, knows no more than me, begins with a C and ends with a T. It's a cat. And at that, you are right, you see. Once I wished upon a star that the world would realize with its real eyes what it's actually doing with its real life. It's like, it's certainly not this, it's a satellite in the sky. My floating scrotum made of the ether, the etherical scrotum. Absolutely. That's the bottom line there. But could satellite be put to good use? Sure, but it could also be useless if you don't use it. It only procs on magic attacks. But it is a floating pair of balls. Like I said, it's a floating... It really is. It's a floating ball sack. Floating testicle. Or scrotum. A floating scrotum. A floating scrotum. Yeah, it's a floating scrotum called the will of your balls. It's just called the will of the testicles. The testicles will. The will of the mighty testicle. Ignite my world, my lover. Yeah, you gotta have the balls. That's definitely a necessity. Will of the Wicks. It's interesting. Oh, and also, I mean, I don't know if I really want to use this, though. I want to change that. I'm gonna change it probably to back to the Wages of Warcraft until I can master everything, you know? It just makes sense. Okay, let's go. This way it is, right? Pretty sure. I'm gonna roll. I think I gotta roll up. Roll up, roll up. You guys don't mind, right? Ah, you're probably like, nah, what the fuck do we care? We're just watching you, dude. Do you. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it. It means more to me than you know. In fact, all the support that I get from the views, and the subscribes, it actually means a lot to me. Since, well, I don't have the most friends in the world right now. A lot of them either moved, or I've lost contact with some of them. And some of them, I'm not gonna lie, they are dead. God bless their soul. But, yeah. So, I guess like I said, I'm like a little bit of a nowheres man these days. Like a floating head, but I'm still like a normal person and all that. Just, I know after everything everybody's been through, with all the real world stuff going on, it has not been particularly easy. The economy has been kind of, well, it's not doing well. And the community itself the community is kind of at the tears right now. And I guess I'm just one person who is just throwing his voice out there and trying to maybe, well, make history or create history as we speak, which is what I'm doing, actually. We all are. Everybody is. Anybody who views this, anybody who's breathing right now, actually, is making history. History is made by those of the hands of man and woman around us. Because men are the only animal, or in the kingdom of animals, creatures that is, animals, that could record history or record it. Like what I'm doing right now. Recording history. And that is true. We are the only living animal, so to speak, that records everything that happens, creating in turn history. But I guess that's just the human mind for you, right? Because like cats and dogs, they don't care about history. They don't give a shit. They don't record anything. I mean, I've had a couple of dogs, and I had a couple of cats, and right now I have a cat. Name is Loki. But I've had him for 8 years. Like, I named him Loki before the movie came out, and then it's kind of weird. I see people with their pets named Loki now, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, cute. But I actually named my cat Loki based off of the Norse mythological god, trickster god, or demigod, named Loki. Not based off of the Marvel, no offense to the Marvel character's great, but I didn't name my cat off of the Marvel character. I named him off of the Greek mythological Norse demigod. I think he's really Norse, not really Greek. It's a Norse mythological god, and his name, demigod, the alleged son of Odin. His name is Loki. He's a trickster, or god of mischief. Came in the form of a horse and a whole bunch of shit. Weird. But yeah. Let's do this. And I am back. This is rolling up. Roll up. But, yeah, this Final Fantasy game is quite, like, I think I've said it already, like a broken record now. It's very different than any of the previous ones I've ever played before. How does it hold up? I mean, I think it's good if you could understand it. It emphasizes a lot on the sword play. Sword play is really, really important here. You'll see what I mean.
Focus, Joshua. We're not done yet.
You'll see what I mean. Like I said, combos and then also magic bursts in the middle of your combos are good. See? You often get charged shots as well. Double magic bursts are usually good as well. Like I said, double magic bursts are usually better than combos. But combos are, like I said, meat and potatoes of this game's battle system. A lot of it comes down to combos and your iconic abilities. So let's start off with Impulse. Good way to start things off. And then Diamond Dust. Considered an ultimate. There we go. And what do we get to show for our hard work? The only bad thing about Willowix is that it has a It has a hefty startup. Like it has a long wind-up time in order to get going. Like when you use it, doesn't activate right away. See, watch. It takes about 5 seconds to unleash, similar to Impulse. So you're better off using it as an opener than anything else. Satellite is used to increase your magic. More or less, that's what it's used for. Willowbox, like I always said, it seems like it does damage, so it's not like terribly, it's not that bad. But then again, I think it's probably best used together. I'm like, well, Engouge isn't that bad when you think about it. Or something like this could work too. Or it really all depends on your playstyle, I guess. That's what it comes down to. Like what kind of playstyle you use. It's really personal preference thing, I guess. But this game isn't 15, so it doesn't have a warp strike. It doesn't do that. Surprised they went with Phoenix, though. It's something so similar to Warp Strike. I feel like we go the wrong way, by the way. It's got a weird feeling, but I could be wrong. But yay, I'm wrong for a change. I mean, I'm not gonna say that the gap closer doesn't help at times, because it does. It's been proven to be useful. But, like I said, Bahamut, I often find myself getting raped by enemies. Like, literally just raped. Royally raped by the enemies. And I always forget to use Torgal. I don't know why. Though I do like to shuffle around the abilities a lot. I'm very much intrigued by that. That one aspect. Am I going the right way? Or what? I'm not sure. I know this town is really big, man. It's a big motherfucking place. Are we going back in here? What? Okay. I feel like I might be going the wrong way. I'm not really sure right now, but isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Not sure why. I feel like I'm going. I just do. Am I going the wrong way? Let's see, Ultima's. Well, but we saw about them before, Ultima's Wells. You know? We know that it placed a weird state of Manala over the realm of Alessia through Primogenesis. We know that much. Oh my god. Are we going on that ship or... I think we were trying to get to the crystal. There's the big horse again. The horse with 20 dicks. I really feel like we're going the wrong way, son. Don't know why, but I really do. I just know we are. We're going the wrong way. Dude, this is the wrong way. We gotta go to the... We gotta go this way. I really... It's just a gut. My gut's telling me this is the wrong way. We gotta go this way. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I feel like in some Final Fantasy games it had a better sense of direction. This one doesn't have that, in my opinion. It could have used a better sense of direction. Like, make the areas more memorable so that people would, you know where they're going. Don't make it so generic, I guess. It's not that it's bad, it's, like I said, it's not bad. But make it more vibrant. There are definitely ways I could do. But again, this is my own second playthrough, so, you know, maybe I had to give it time for it to have an effect on me. And like I said, battle system's not bad. I just think there's certain things I could have improved on, like sense of direction and maybe even like. But you know, like going back to the story is really good and all that. So there's just certain things that I can't exactly put my finger on. But maybe, like I said, it's a lack of direction. That's the issue. It doesn't have one. You know what I mean? There really is no direction. So it's just a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have a firm, direct narrative, really. It's very, you know what I mean? But the game itself is very, very fun to play, and it's definitely not a bad game. It doesn't have a bad narrative, per se. It's just lacking something that other Final Fantasies seem to have had. But one person's opinion. I think this is one of the game's issues. This is one of them. Definitely. But it's because of this that
Let's hope this works.
could make it an interesting Final Fantasy, I guess, because it's different. And that's what Final Fantasies are generally about, doing things very, very different from the previous. So, seeing how it adds up overall is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Hold on. Can I shut this off, man?
There's always fucking more.
Hold on. Sorry. Go over here. Here you go, he's staggered now. Okay. I like all the likes. This game's version of Protect in a weird way. Staggered. Aurora. Satellite. Limit break. Roll the wakes. Let's go to town. Bam. Target some magic. diamond dust time. Lay it down hard. Kill him with ignition and you are good to go.
You mustn't summon a creature. Not yet. So I should let the lightning fall to you? Yes. True. Save your strength.
I like Impulse. Impulse is very useful. Get rid of them. The Gandalf's shooting the nasty sons of bitches. What I like about Little Elix and Satellite, they're both interesting because they increase damage that you deal going out and on contact as well. Here we go. Impulse is a great ability though, because it does help. Because you can't go up against enemies with Protect up. So Will of the Wisps is probably a good bet if you want to make use of it. What we got here? A big motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker over here. He's a big old piglet right here. Big old pig you want to play. Right? Using diamond dust. Gouge into takedown, maybe? No. Willowix. Staggered. Right now I'm gonna break into maybe some health getting back. Maybe. We might get some health back. Willowix. Ignition. Keep going. Diamond dust time. This will work wonders for that fucking stagger gauge and just break him. Stagger. Ignition to do mad damage. I use hard shot. Whoa! Check it out. I love that. Alright, now I can probably fucking ignition into him. Kill him. Yep. Bingo, bitch. Bingo, baby. As the sailor said, right? To the pirate when he left off into the night. And he said, good night, good night. What a beautiful sight.
There's no end to them. The whole bloody army's here.
Oh boy.
Stand
Well.
back, Joshua. I'm summoning Ifrit.
Stop, Clive! You mustn't. We still have a long way to go. If you tap your strength here, you'll have none left to destroy the heart.
Then you'd rather die?
Oh my god. There's Jill. Dion.
Jill.
And 20-year-old Furion. Golf. Oh, under the alias of Golf. That's actually 20-year-old Furion. Going under the alias of Golf.
She's not alone.
Well, under the alias as Golf, I guess? As well. A 20-year-old Furion going under the alias of Golf.
Surprised to see us.
How did you?
Gav. He told us
20-year-old
exactly where
Furion.
you'd be. Even
Under the
sniffed
alias
out a
of
crack in the castle
Asgab.
wall. And when we saw the heavens come crashing down, we had no choice but to believe him.
20-year-old Furion.
It's been quite a
Under
day.
the alias of Gav.
To what do we owe this honor?
Or Asgab, I don't know.
A debt
One or the
I will
other.
see repaid. Prince Dion. It's good to see you well. So, this must be Ifrit. Your uncle bade me give you a message. Listen to your heart and guide your steel true. Your father would expect no less. That is all. Thank you.
For everything, Your Highness.
Dion, please.
You do realize the only thing we've freed so far is this wall from its foundations, right? Now, if your lord and ladyship's quite finished,
Right.
Well said, Gav. We have work to do.
Right on. You said it. Alright, we can restock.
But don't suppose there's out I can say to make you change your mind. So I'll just tell you to stay
This is the
safe.
20-year-old version
And won't
of
take
Guy.
kindly to losing the best customer, especially after letting us carry all this stuff all the way to Ash.
And we
Under the
wouldn't
name
want
is
to know
Goots.
that.
What, right?
You mean you'll
Goots?
buy some off us?
What, goats? Goats. Goats. Yeah,
Show
goats.
you me wares.
Let's buy a defender. Better what we have.
Is there out else you need? Thank you.
All better than what I have,
Out
so.
else you need?
Gotta get my items.
Thank you. Right on, here you go.
And then we're good to go. Oh, the high, that doesn't even work, yo. The shit doesn't work. Last elixir. I didn't, it's never worked for me.
You've got everything you need then.
to set it in order to use it. I didn't know that.
If Sid were here today, I reckon he'd be proud of you, Clive.
He'd be proud of us all.
Each parting brings the hope of reunion. I missed you, Clive.
I missed you too.
Alright. So it looks like this is going to be the point of no return. Alright guys. So join me in my next Steel Play in part 30, where we will be taking on the point of no return as for what it looks like to me. Until then guys, thanks for watching, and I always appreciate all your views, your support and all that. Like I always say, keep it gaming, keep it safe, and keep it strong, and until then, thanks for all the support.